Hello and welcome to an update of the Hungry Bin and the Urban Worm Bag. Today I want to do a light harvest. I want to see what the material at the bottom looks like and how much of it is in the catch tray. As you can see, there is no leachate coming out, but the material at the top, of course, looks different than the material at the bottom. So let's see what we have here at the top. I'm going to feed these guys before I do my harvest. And let's see what these guys have done with the feeding. I did get my bubble wrap. I just need to set up a time to switch this out. I keep promising and not doing it. So if you recall last week's feeding, we feed over the top, basically in the center here, leaving the perimeters for the worms to escape to if the food heats up. And I tend not to dig in these systems, just the very top, maybe 1 or 2 inches, just to see how things are going. And feel the consistency of the material. So that's what I'm doing right now. And of course, try to make it quick because I still have to harvest. Okay, I know this has been going for 44 weeks and we haven't harvested yet. That is only because I wanted the level to get higher. Typically, when you start this with finished compost, you already have the bin 3/4 of the way full with the compost. So when you're starting to harvest, what is it, about 2 months in, you're harvesting the compost that you put in, but the level, of course, is much higher. So you can do that after 2 months. Here, because I started this experiment with less material, I had to wait until the level rose a little bit. So we're gonna get these guys fed. We'll get the bag fed as well. And then we will do our harvest. Always get a nice helping of food. They can handle it real well. Work that in, and we're going to work the material over. Want to make sure to cover those bananas so they don't dry out. Keep everything nice and moist in here. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna lay this a little bit loosely here because I am going to swipe it out with the bubble wrap. So we'll do it this way and we'll move over to the urban worm bag. And here's our urban worm bag, first version. Let's get it opened up. Of course, there's a lot less messing with this system, if you have noticed. I just pop open the lid, and away I go. I don't have any fancy anything covering it. It is as simple as that. And Makes it a heck of a lot easier to use. Oh, little babies. Nice worm balls. It's those apples I'm thinking. Yeah, they love the apple. So here they are on top, doing their thing. And I'm going to just briefly feel the material at the very top couple of inches, making sure everything is as it should be. I just love these guys. And give them their feeding so we can move on to the harvesting portion of this update. But you can see how beautiful the material is in here. Let's give them their carbon. There we go. And some nitrogen. Stinky ass food. With mold and everything. Buffer, just oyster shell. And we'll do again the same thing. We'll just put the existing material over it. We're not burying it, just mixing it in with the existing material and trying to cover some of this banana skins, because banana skins can dry out if they're not covered. And that's it. Ooh. Avocado. And a worm ball. Sorry to bother you guys. Back you go. Okay, so these guys are done. Check my gloves to make sure we don't have any babies. And let's move on to our harvest. Holding my breath, keeping my fingers crossed. Okay, so here we are at the bottom. I hope the lighting is good. You know, I'm not going to be able to do this with one hand, so let me remove the bottom here and show you what is inside. Okay, guys, so I removed it, and this is what I have here at the bottom. So obviously, it's not a full tray. It's not very pleasant smelling. It's extremely wet. Oh God. You can hear it. Whew. Do not like the smell at all. So the way the castings look at the top and the way they come out at the bottom, totally different. Now I am going to continue running this bin, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to harvest it more frequently, and hopefully we won't have such nasty smells in the future. But Yeah. So let me show you if I can. I mean, the material is heavy. Material is heavy. Oof. And you can see we do not have worms. So the worms did make their way up, which is very, very good. But this material is very wet. You can see it. Look at that. You can squeeze out liquid from this. So isn't this interesting? I run my bins without having leachate come out. Yet all this stuff collects at the bottom, and when I go to harvest it, it's very wet. This is actually the only system that does this. The bags, both urban worm bags and the vermi bags, I do not have this issue. None of my plastic totes ever gave me this kind of material. This is the only one, probably because of the shape of it, that it's plastic, and because it compresses everything at the bottom. I have no idea. That's the only thing I can come up with. But this material will have to sit outside. I'll air it out, I'll fluff it up, and maybe I can use it in my garden, but I would probably not use it on edible plants. I just don't trust it. But yeah, here it is. So hopefully we'll do another harvest maybe within a month, and that one will be better. So thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.